All right, TaraLee is back at it again. I am duping the Tree Hut scrub once again. I think it's a new release, the Rainbow Sherbet. This is by far the best smelling Tree Hut scrub I've ever smelled. Guys, I think I have it 100% perfect this time. As some of you may know, I have duped a few Tree Hut scrubs in the past, but I never thought any of them were perfect. But this time I changed up the formula a little bit, added in my own unique ingredient, and I think it's 100% perfect. I love it. There's no separation either. This is also a collab with Revega Cosmetics here on YouTube. Go see how she made the Tree Hut scrub. I'll have her channel linked down below and also a direct link to the video. Make sure you first sanitize all your equipment. I have a video on how to do that linked in the description box. And we're making a 1,000 gram batch, and I'm gonna add in 275 grams of oil. You can use any carrier oil you would like. You can do a blend of them or just one. And then 50 grams of chromoleant SCE. You could use oil instead of this, but this is the secret ingredient, I guess, that I'm gonna add in that's not actually in the Tree Hut scrub. And we'll talk about what it does a little bit later in this video. And then I'm gonna add in 50 grams of shea butter. You could do cocoa butter if you want, mango butter, whatever butter you want. It might change the like consistency of the product just a little bit, but it'll still work. Then fill a pan with a little bit of water and place your glass bowl in the pan over a stovetop on like medium heat. This is called a water bath. And you can cover it with some foil to help insulate it a bit to keep it warmer to help melt the butter. Really, we're just heating this up to melt down the butter. Once it's melted, remove it from heat and we can move on to phase B. Put on a respirator. I can't stress how important it is when you're working with silica dimethyl silate. I hope I said that right. But this ingredient is key. This is the oil thickener. I'm using 20 grams of it, and be very gentle when working with it. Pour it slowly. This stuff goes airborne so easily. And when you mix it in, it will act like it does not want to mix in. But if you keep mixing, I promise it'll eventually mix in. I have a love-hate relationship with this stuff because I love the types of products it makes, but I hate formulating with it because it goes everywhere. So it might also help like opening up a window and putting a fan in the window to get any of that extra powder in the air out of your house. And make sure you have your respirator on until everything is nice and hydrated like this. Basically, once it's all like chunky, all the silica is in the oil, but you need to let it sit for maybe 5 hours to 24 hours. It depends on how big your batch is. But I let mine sit overnight and I came back and now we have this nice smooth gel. So you shouldn't have any silica chunks left in the gel. It should just be nice and smooth. So moving on to phase C, we can combine 40 grams of glycerin with 40 grams of polysorbate 20. And you'll notice when you combine these two together, it does thicken up. Not too much, but you'll definitely notice an increase in viscosity. And once those are combined, you can pour that in with the oily gels and mix it all together. And you should be left with a consistency that looks something like this. And now it's time to color the scrub, and I'm trying to color match the Rainbow Sherbet scrub. And after doing some experiments, I found that bright yellow Raincoat and radioactive from Mica was the perfect combo. So I kind of did like maybe double the amount of yellow than I did the neon green. Surprisingly, I needed a lot more yellow than I did green, because if I used just neon green, it was like way too green. So I needed to add in yellow to balance that out. You can add more coloring after you add in the sugar because it will lighten up. So let's move on to phase D. And for the fragrance, I decided to use Hello Sugar from bulkapothecary.com. This is probably one of my favorite fragrance oils. It smells so sweet. I added in 10 grams of it. It doesn't smell exactly like the Rainbow Sherbet, but I don't know. It's just like a sweet scent that I really like. And then I added in 15 grams of Optifin, which is the preservative, and then 500 grams of sugar. And as you can tell, it definitely lightened it up. So here I am just adding in more of the green and yellow mica until I got the color that I wanted. And here we go. This is the end result. Let me know how you think I did. Did I get it perfect? I don't think it's quite perfect. Like, it's not 100% there, but I think it's really close enough. So I did let it sit for about 4 days, and there is zero separation in sight. Last time I made the Tree Hut scrub dupe, there ended up being separation just within like the first couple days. So I think this one, I think I did it, guys. I think this is my favorite. This is the best I'm going to do. And I think it's pretty close. It doesn't have that like glossy, like gelness that theirs have. Mine has more of like this icy, slurpy, slushy. I don't know. Everyone calls them something different, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Slushies, ices, slurpees. It's got that like kind of consistency, but like thicker than that. That's the best way I can describe it. So I don't know. I'm happy with the results. I'm just trying to give you guys some shots of what it looks like and like the consistency to see if it's, something you want to try making at home. Here are the shots of me filling up the jar. I will also link down below to these exact jars that I have because they are pretty similar to the Tree Hut scrub jars, but much smaller. Theirs are like double the size. So now let's compare the two. We got the Rainbow Sherbet Tree Hut scrub, and then here we have mine on the right. And you can tell they both have about the same viscosity. There is like a little bit of drooping coming out of the jar, but it takes a little bit. So they do got a nice thick consistency that's pretty similar to one another, I would say. Again, theirs has this like gel glossness. It also has like more of this like sticky, maybe slime kind of type of consistency, if you can tell what I mean in this clip. As opposed to mine, it's got more of this like icy, more slippery, more spreadability type of consistency. It's almost like more fluffy, I guess, but not fluffy. Theirs just definitely has more of like a gel like drag to it. So here's a demo of me using mine on my leg. I noticed it has a lot more spreadability, and when it comes into contact with water, it emulsifies. That's what that chromoleant SCE does. That's that secret ingredient that I am using that they don't use. So I really like that addition. As opposed to theirs is a bit harder to spread on the skin, I've noticed. Mine has a lot more spreadability, and when it comes into contact with water, it does emulsify a little bit because of the polysorbate 20, but it doesn't get quite as milky. Here is a good side-by-side of both of them wet on my skin, and you can see that mine on the left definitely has more milkiness to it. And here's a good side-by-side of grabbing them both out of the jar. You can really see that more gel stickiness that theirs has as opposed to mine. So let me know which one you think looks better, mine or Tree Hut's. Also, let me know if you try out this formula and how it goes for you. Don't forget to go check out Jenna's video, Revega Cosmetics, here on YouTube. Go show her some love. Also, don't forget to go over and check out my Patreon, where I post 2 exclusive videos every single month. So there are a ton of videos you can go over there and binge watch for only $5 a month. And for $10 a month, you can get a small business shout out, or maybe you have a YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and shout everybody out. Nature's Farm Girl, thank you so much. Let's Blend, thank you. HempyGirl.com, ShopLevi's.com or ShopLevi's.com. 7th House and Oak on Etsy, at Black Petal Beauty on Instagram, Owl and Lily on Etsy, ZayelaMoore.com, I hope I said that right, EmbraceBeautyEssentials.com, LegendaryBathandBody.com, at Stardust Bath and Body on Instagram, AstariApothecary.com, and Revega Cosmetics here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for being a patron. Go sign up if you want a shout out, or if you just want bonus content. The shout out tier might be full. It's full pretty often because I only have so much space in the description box to link to everybody.